I'm sick. You get a War Thunder video again. The Transformers review will happen. First off, I'm going to explain just how badly I do in modern vehicles. And this is, you think, oh, he's bad because he's sick. No, I'll show you a baseline. Yeah, let's do that first. You're going to say, Luke, it seems like it's always something with you. I'm going to say yes. That's kind of what makes a content creator, I think. A lot of us, at least. A lot of people get filtered into being content creators because they have a lot of health conditions which preclude them from going outside and doing an actual job. I get chronic sinus infections along with everything else. Like, not sniffles, like laying in bed, sore, weak, fever, sinus infection. Again, it's taking energy for me to speak right now. Well, aren't there different types of Pershings? Because it seems like some Pershings I come up against, the frontal armor is stupid thick. And some Pershings I come up against, the frontal armor is like this one's, where I could just penetrate like nothing. Like, you see now? Okay, I can penetrate down there. War Thunder mobile space is still a very small space compared to regular War Thunder. And are these bots? 3 Pershings going up this. He just ran. Buddy. Are all the Pershings having bad internet, or are they bots? I mean, this map I'm seeing a lot of Pershing. This has to be some sort of... Ever since I started posting, and again, this may just be like a placebo effect, or a... kind of like when you learn a new word and then you start seeing it everywhere for a day or two afterward. But after I started posting, I've noticed a lot more King Tigers. Which makes me think I'm doing a good thing. Like, maybe people are learning how good of a tank she is. Like, I don't know if those were bots or just noobs, or the internet was out, which that could have been the fact the internet is out for a lot of people in a certain area. But that was easy. I'll get one more match with the King Tigers before I show you in comparison just how bad I am in modern tanks. Because again, it becomes less of a tank game, it becomes more of an FPS. Oh yeah, I would like to know, since I have a community now, at least a few people who watch my videos and comment, why my last one with Tony didn't do so well. Because I thought that was one of the funniest ones, because we're just, you know, when you have 2 friends playing together, it just naturally becomes a lot funnier. You know, I know there's not as much editing, but I didn't need to do as much editing, I felt. Just because of, you know, the natural chemistry and humor between us. Now, I was playing a T10. And I got hit there by a King Tiger and got pinned super easily. So what's happening here? What happened there? I didn't penetrate. Jarvis, review that footage.
What?
You know, I just realized I may have figured it out. On most MBTs, you don't want to hit the turret. That's the most armored place. You hit the hull, and you knock the driver out first. I like the fact that the hull on this thing is well armored, so I can get a hit in the turret, back up to cover with the driver intact, repair, replenish the crew, and then get back into the fight. You know, I can shrug off a hit. With modern tanks, you can't do that because your first hit is the driver. and then you can't recover, so you just get picked off.
Oh no!
That's a lot of bombs. I'd love to make a community post, but apparently you can't do that until you have like 500 subscribers. So yeah, I'll ask here. My biggest guess is the prologue, where I like explained why we didn't have footage from Tony. Which is because like I didn't just jump right into the video. But like I don't want to be that guy. I don't like that, the Mr. Beast modern YouTuber style of jump, boing, 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 boing. Hey guys, how you doing? What's up today? Episode, we're going to be doing this. It's just so overwhelming, and it stresses me out. It frankly annoys me, and I don't like that style of content. I like chill, laid-back content. I like memes and joking, goofing off, but the way I like to describe my videos is that, like, you think you're watching just a normal playthrough of a game until all of a sudden you get, like, jump scared by a meme or something. Like, that's the sort of energy that I like. Like, the memes and the jokes only happen when they're warranted. They're not shoved in there for no reason other than to shove them in there. I know that my videos, it's like, a lot of the openings aren't, like, they're not good hooks. They don't grab your attention. But, I've never been a fan of that sort of style. I've always liked, if any of you watched Paul Harrell, he does, or did, God bless him, a sort of, whenever he explained anything, he did what he would say was the dawn of time approach, which is where he would go back and explain every little detail of what he was going to talk about. Again, as if basically if you're explaining it to a 5-year-old, or like, giving explanation from the dawn of time. Like if somebody asked you, oh, why did the War of 1812 happen? Instead of starting at like the Revolutionary War or the Napoleonic Wars, the person would start at the dawn of time to give you all of the context. And that's something I do, not intentionally, but I was always, as a kid, highlight every little bit of the paper. When they gave you the paper and it would tell you, like, highlight the important parts. It's all important. And I think it's because I have a tendency to misunderstand things easily because of my autism. So, to make sure that and because of that, I have a difficulty communicating with others and getting my point across succinctly. So I try to be as specific and detailed as possible, not even consciously, but just to make sure, well, it's become subconscious at this point, so that I know that even if I make a mistake here or there, that I know the other person understands what I'm talking about. Because I cannot tell you the amount of anecdotes, the amount of times that I have been trying to have a conversation. I have had conversations with people where it takes us forever to realize that we're talking about two different things. Like, they just do not get what I'm trying to say or what I'm talking about, and I don't get what they're talking about. Which is like, again, I can give examples, but that would take about forever. So, I really like that style of content, to be honest. I like lecture-based content. I love video essays. I know, white boy moment. But is that what's hurting me? Because I thought the War Thunder community would be okay with that. Like, I don't watch much War Thunder content, but the one that I know is Spookston. I don't watch him much anymore because I've transitioned over to War Thunder Mobile since I've had difficulties getting my Xbox set up. But from what I remember, it's mostly Spookston. Like, yeah, he'll have the cool tank video in the background, but he's talking even more monotone than I am. He's like, so, hey guys, it's Spookston here. This tank is just kind of garbage. I mean, like, I've only got 15 kills this match. And I'm honestly, like, Like, you see there, I just died. Yeah, the M109. Let's bring the 105 howitzer into the direct fire situation. That can't go wrong. See what I mean? He's that sort of low energy. It's like, it can't be. Is it just the fact that I have my logo there? It's like, you're allowed. It's like, I don't understand why people are just. It seems like they click on the video, check for a second, they say they don't like it, and then leave. When really, you're supposed to. Ideally, you click on the video, and if the first, like, 10 seconds isn't interesting to you, you skip ahead, 5-10 minutes. Try to see if the video itself, the meat of the video, interests you, and then make your decision. But, yeah, I genuinely want to know if anyone knows why that's happening. Hey guys, editing me here. Every time I go through the footage and see that this water tower show up so cinematically, my fight or flight response gets immediately triggered. Like,
Look! There they are! What did I tell you?
and again, as you see, like, I'm just not very good at these modern tanks. Like, I'm an American who was raised during GWAT. The Abrams was everywhere on TV and in movies and stuff. It was, like, it's invincible, basically. And that kind of rubbed. I expect the Abrams to perform in this game better than the King Tiger. It seems like the enemy knows exactly where to hit me. But when I look at the enemy tanks, I do not know where to hit them. It just all seems like go against everything that I've ingrained in myself. I find it, like, really interesting, like, how that curve has gone for most people who have gone from bottom tier to top tier. Because, like me, that doesn't feel natural. And, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but the sides of modern tanks are still, like, RHA. For weight reasons, and size reasons. Only the front is the composite. And the sides of the turret are composite as well, I believe. But, well, basically what that means in modern ammo's penetration abilities is you gotta be head-on to have any real defense. And again, and if you're angled even slightly, a fin round is just gonna go right through that RHA. Which, again, I am used to doing what I'm doing now, which is angling and then making your attack. But again, you see, for some reason, the front... And why is that Oswin doing damage to me? I don't know. What killed me? I was about to say, it just seems like players in this level, that was a short game. Oh wait, no, I'm not dead yet. See, I'm sick. I'll go back to Paladin. It just seems like players at this tier are just more aware, because I was gonna say there, I could be pretty confident in my Tiger that I could have, like, popped that corner and either shrugged off a round and returned fire or fired first. But that guy was like, it was like, yeah, he was ready for something to come around that corner, but like he was ready for me specifically. He was aimed directly at me and just like laser beam. It's like, yeah, someone could explain to me why I'm so bad at top tier. That would be very helpful. Also, if anyone's watching this, we need to we need to stop adding tiers forward. When we start adding tiers backward, I don't want us to be starting at like mid-war. I want us to start in the pre-interwar era. Like, I want the Like Tractor. And I want to go the Panzer 1, the Panzer 2, the Panzer 3. I don't want to start at the Panzer 4. And I don't want to start at the Sherman. I want to go through the Lee and the Grant and the Stuart. I want all the tanks that War Thunder has. Well, as always, I don't know how to do conclusions. Goodbye.